Hi, I'm Carcino.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Oh, Theodore Chipmunk. Man, that is kind of the wrong energy for me. I am not furious right now. But welcome. Hit the like button, subscribe to the page. Oh my goodness, buddy. I rarely talk about you at all on the main page because you're looked at as a goofy. You know, when you look at situations like what you was involved in and all of the stuff that you were doing behind the scenes trying to get paid from these record companies who was giving you money to talk about their artists, right? Oh, the record label want to pay you, so they can reach out to you and blah blah blah, right? And you started flexing behind this Spotify deal that you had a year ago that you don't have no more. Spotify dropped you because of all your fake numbers and all your fake views. Once they got to the nitty gritty, they realized that nobody watching you, and you was gone. One Spotify deal came and went, and you lost your sponsor who was paying for the whole podcast. That's why you was able to have it out there in Miami. Now it all disappears. Now you gotta go in your office or your crib, and you had to cut back, kept cutting back, kept cutting back, kept cutting back, paying millions to try to look like your podcast was successful. Now, I don't wish black on people, bad on people, but when you got a Theodore Chipmunk nigga running around here trying to act like he's the face of hip hop, but don't actually speak on hip hop, it is very interesting to me. Now he runs behind two Jewish boys, DJ Vlad and Adam 22, and these two white boys are going to eat off him, and they're going to put him under their thumb and carry him along. And they're going to help his career out because he was struggling. Now, when people start talking about the importance in the history of hip hop and all of the stuff that matters, you want to talk about not the rap, not the music. You want to talk about, oh, somebody's baby moms called him a broke bum. Oh man, he flew me out and tried to flex on me. It's like, what are you doing? If you're doing satire, say I'm doing satire. But why you putting hip hop name under it? Okay? You give this a bad name, and then when you try to actually cover something that's hip hop, you don't know what you're doing. You have no clue what you are doing when it comes to hip hop. So it's like, what are you doing covering something you don't even understand? He can't tell you how many members is in the group Funky Four. Like, what are we talking about? And then the clowns that deal with him, and I'm just like, man, what in the world are y'all thinking? But they don't think. In their minds, he's supposedly the guy, but he's not. Well, when the well dries up, this is what happens. You run behind people. This is somebody who's cancerous to communities. Then when he has to talk about real issues, he doesn't know, he gets stuck. So then he just makes shit up right on the spot because he doesn't know what's going on. This is why people always keep talking about all of these syrupy rappers that's wild. And it's like, have they done musically? They haven't done anything yet, but yet they put on a platform and we finna parade them around on this dude show. But that was mainly when Spotify was paying for it. Now Spotify, like, we ain't kicking no more money down because your fake views, we done went and tallied it up and see that you really ain't what you say you are. How is the Academy going? How's that working out? How is the Academy turning out? What's happening? You see, people can play the roles all they want. What they are is conflicted. Very much so conflicted. Now, right, I thought you were having an academy put together, right? You're supposed to be training people, right? What happened to that? Now, what's crazy to me? Well, crazy is when they say you keep doing something over and over, expecting a different result. That would be crazy. DJ Academics, once again, get stuck and make up lies. Through the whole Kendrick Lamar battle, all he did was lie. He tried to make his little gimmick rap thing. He was little AK in there buying views. Him and 6ix9ine making songs together. And you was gonna be this fake rapper called Little AK, right? What happened with that? I got a song called Triggers. Triggers? You pulling triggers. Okay. These are the type of people that are hazardous to communities, they're hazardous to the industry, and they serve no purpose. You gonna sit there and ask a rapper, is they smashing Meg the Stallion? Because you got a problem with her because she's a woman. You told every lie in the world about her because you were sitting there pushing, getting paid to push Tory Lanez. How did that work out for you? Tory about 200 pounds now. Little short, fat, 200-pound dude. Right? How that work for him? Then, oh, let's go grab a rapper that just got out of jail. Let's interview him. Because he might get murdered. Julio Fulio dies. You interview his ops. Y'all seem to find a way to go grab the worst people in the world and try to make a podcast show with them. And you wondering why ain't nobody sponsoring it no more. Because they used to it. So you got to go to the white boys. White boys is pushing you to talk negative about the people that ain't your people. Now his next lie. Young Miami. Wow, another black woman. Let's talk down on another black woman. So he goes right ahead and tells the biggest lie he could. This guy turns around and says, "Oh, well, here's the situation. I'm sitting up here stuck because I don't understand what's happening right now. She put her career on pause." That's what he said. She put her career on pause to be a mistress or to join a cult with Diddy. He literally said this out of his own mouth. When I tell you, when he talks about real life and stuff he don't know, he just makes it up as he's moving forward. Now, he was looking for Young Miami to throw Diddy under the bus. And that's when you know things are just not good. Well, the problem with that scenario is there's no real energy behind it. Like it's done. You don't know what Diddy did for her. Okay? That's the problem. You just want to take shots. You're mad that Young Miami didn't do what? A City Girls album? There's no money in the City Girls. If you know anything about groups, groups split up. Okay? The City Girls was there, put together as a group to really give them exposure. Let me help you out. Because you seem to be stuck, as usual, coming up with lies. As a solo artist, she will make more money. And nowadays, because of this business, you think people make more money on albums. They really don't, because everything is singles now and streaming. So you get paid more for remixes and features. People are making more money just doing features. Cardi B didn't have to put out an album anymore. So that time is really over. The whole album thing, you could put out singles and make money. Kendrick Lamar just showed you what you could do with singles. Euphoria and Not Like Us did way more than anything that would probably be on an album. It did damn near album numbers. Well, it did do album numbers. Right, there's no money in that group. You don't see this is what I'm saying. You don't get real information. Diddy helped her form her branch. No matter what he was doing with her or hooking up with her or whatever, she wanted something from Diddy, and Diddy was able to provide. He helped her set up her brands. She sold a card game. She made $1 million off that in like 14 days, 2 weeks. She ended up making like 3, 4 million. She got her SAG license because she was in Grownish. You People with Eddie Murphy. She did BMF. She got all of these things done and made features. So she was constantly working. But you just made it look like all she did was lay up under Diddy because she didn't make a City Girls out. Because for some reason, you seem to hate black women. See, people seem to hate something that don't love them. Black women don't really like you, dog. And the women that you pay to be with you, well, we see, this is probably why you got these cases. Right. You would never say this stuff like you saying to Rory and Maul. You would never say nothing like that to their face. Oh, I'm trying to be loyal. You're just trying to be loyal to Joe Budden. Joe don't care about you. He can give two damns about you. He keep putting you on the show to help him out because he has no content. Period. Well, that's when you know it's all falling apart. People, they don't even realize this thing is already set to go. Everybody know it's set to go already. People sit like this thing is set to roll the way it's rolling. The machine is moving. People are getting screwed over in their contracts, their deals. The new music structure is happening. You got Elliot Grange, the son of Lucian Grange, is has got his own music company now. Well, he's gonna be running Atlantic, and this is gonna be a big problem for a lot of people in the game. Well, there's other people that was more deserving that should have had it, but it's gonna go to who else? Who do you think? They was like, why the brothers couldn't get it? They did all this work. Why they won't get that to roll to a black person? Why would it go there? I mean, why wouldn't it? You see, they own it. Elliot Grange and Sophia Richie, and oh yeah, he's been married to Sophia Richie. They're all in the music world together. Yeah, Lucian Grange hates streaming and the streaming era. He hates that. He likes it better when it was CDs and it was more controlled. Well, people have bad habits of doing things that's counterproductive. So when you see people like academics talk about, oh, I'm gonna give you some game to Ice Spice. Oh, I'm gonna give you some game. You're going against another woman because that's what you do. But you want to go against a woman because Drake don't like her. And Drake only don't like her because Lotto don't like her. Because Lotto is sitting there trying to figure out how she's going to stay relevant. And Ice Spice is coming in there taking all her shine. So now she's like, well, Ice Spice is getting all my deals. She's getting all the endorsements. And she can't do this. She can't do that. She's whack. Well, yeah, that's true, but y'all both are. So it don't really matter. Well, now he's the chairman CEO of Atlantic Records. And of course, he gets to skip the line and they're going to, you know, let another one of their people in. But this is what happens when you own something. They don't have to look out for the brothers. They don't have to look out for y'all. Yeah, the brothers gonna do the work, and guess what? The brothers still gonna do the work, and they gonna sit back and do less. Now, what's his record label? 10K or something like that. That the name of the record label. I know it's like 10 something. I believe it's 10K. Or it could be 10. Yeah, I believe it's 10K. So all of his projects with 10K and his young and up and coming artists, and that's all fine and dandy like candy, but 10K artists, 10K projects, all of that. Normally, when you take over a position, you got to get out of your deal. Jay-Z had to get rid of Rock Nation to be president of Def Jam. To run Def Jam, he had to give up Rockefeller. Right? Am I right or am I right? When L.A. Reid went to Arista and took that deal, or Arista, he had to get rid of LaFace Records. Now, Elliot Grange is the CEO of Atlantic Music, but gets to keep 10K. Where does that make sense? Where does that make sense? Well, 10K go sign these frat rap or these Gen K or whatever, Gen Z rappers with all these holes in their jeans, look like they fell off the bed. A bunch of, black, white guys. And sign them. Give me Dro Kenji and all these other people who, and hey, if they want to go out and do their thing, let them go ahead. They rap for white folks. Trippy Red and all these people. You know, these people, they do like frat rap and all this other crap. They're not considered real artists to me. And that's just their thing. Yeah, they got somebody named after a clothing product. They got people that look like Tizo, and it's just a bunch of suburbanite black kids trying to rap like they from the hood. It's a lot of craziness going on. The game is foul. Okay, it's not fair. It's foul, and it's a lot of foul people in it. And since X died, they've been looking for a lot of those people to fill the spot and be the new X. So, academics, tell us how Elliot is able to keep his record labels and all these other record owners had to give up ownership. Can you please explain that? How does Elliot Grange get to keep everything while being a CEO and still expanding on the 10K portfolio? Hmm, that's quite interesting. Oh, academic, can you please explain to the rest of the world why you haven't covered Drake and his alleged affiliation with the girl that's on Monkey Paw, with her making cringe videos. Why haven't you covered that? Everybody else is covering it. Why haven't you? That seems quite weird to me. That you, a guy who's covered nothing but the beef, right? You were the king academics, right? Why you're not covering it now? You cover everything Drake. Mm. So it seems to be selective about Drake on what they're going to cover. Complex says he was number one. Complex. How about the fact that Complex had nothing to do with rap for years? Complex only had like two black people working there. They did skateboards, and the only rapper they would ever do anything with was Eminem. Because blacks was never their target audience. Then they wanted to get diverse and said, we're going to put together our own little hip hop show. And we got Joe Button. And they started interviewing people, and then they grabbed Joe fat ass. You was running up under Charlemagne like a little chipmunk you are, looking for your Dave, Theodore. And what did you do? You came up with more lies. You called me the TDE executive. You called Kendrick lying, talking about he paying for bots. Got this fake guy up there running these plays, and it's costing you your credibility because you never had it anyway. I tried to tell people you didn't, but it just shows the type of individual you are. Yeah, he's scum. That's all he is scum. Well, Julie Greenwald was removed because Atlantic is losing a lot of money. And Julie Greenwald is basically it's a step down. But Atlantic Records has lost a lot of money because they're overpaying for all these artists and the inflation of numbers, and they don't sell any records. They don't sell. They don't even move streaming numbers. It's just a dying. It's a dying situation, right? And the reason why Atlantic Records has fallen off so badly is because they put a lot of stock in artists who make more money, being on social media, having sponsorships, and move it in a certain direction. Uh, You got a lot of artists on Atlantic that just weren't moving. Atlantic owe people money. They owe people supposed contracts. You know, the creative department, which basically loses money every year, is because you have a lot of talentless people. And when there's no talent development anymore in the business, they just throw you out to the wolves and say, "Well, you're going to open up for this guy and open it up for this one. You're going to be doing festivals, and next thing you know, you spending 4 or 5 years of your life doing festivals. It's not lucrative because this person don't have a following. You're signing people that don't even have a following where the hell they are in their town. People on their block don't know them, and that's the bad habit with social media. And you having a lot of social media artists. They're big on social media, but when they step outside, nobody knows them. Academics can walk around outside and hardly anybody in the real world knows him. They don't, because he doesn't really exist to them. Now, to all these little kids or teenagers or Gen Zs, they'll be like, yo, that's academics. But nobody in the real world would, know who he is. Me, I run into maybe one or two people a week that would recognize me. It happens. And they go, hey, man, hey, you outside. You actually out here. I'm like, yeah, I'm out here. If I go to basketball games, that happens. I go to the Bulls game. I go to the Bears game. I go to the Cubs game. It's one person at least that has seen me or recognized me, and it happens. Now, as I often tell people, if you're good at something, you don't do it for free. And the problem is, there's a lot of people out here doing stuff for free. They are not driven. They are halfway in, 1 foot out, and they're completely distracted. And a lot of work isn't happening the way it should. And because of it, you having a lot of drawback, having a lot of pushback, and you having a lot of people that don't move the way everybody else is moving. And because of that, it's gonna get real confusing. What artist is having a great year? I told y'all, it's only about 4 to 5 rappers that are making money. And it's good. Okay? They good. Kendrick Lamar, good. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. I mean it straight like that. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. Kendrick good. Kendrick ain't gotta worry about anything. He's paid. He can go on tour and just that'll be it. By himself, headline, Kendrick, whoever opening up for him, boom. He's already made it. So he's established. So he don't need a rap beef to get him over. He's already over. Now, what about everybody else? It's probably a handful that got their money and they good. The rest of them, they living off sponsorships. They got to walk down the catwalk. They got to go do all these different things to try to sell. Because no matter how popular they are online, nobody's buying their album. Nicki Minaj just had to pop out and do a tour to pay all her taxes. She just had to drop an album and it ain't go nowhere. And the reason why, but she makes more money off of endorsements and sponsorships, but now a lot of that is drying up. So she got to get back outside and make money. Well, when you got all of these artificial people and they put in a position where they're not the official or genuine article. You seen Charlemagne pivot over to politics, to the Democratic Party, and all of this. Because he fits their agenda, right? Well, think about it. What mainstream artist that's a real artist would deal with academics? Nobody would. Nobody knows him. So it's these new people that are taking over the record company. But now they like, why are we gonna pay this money to academics to promote our artists when it doesn't really do anything? He doesn't have that kind of pull. Because in the real world, don't nobody know him. We put him in festivals and try to do public shows. Nobody comes out to see him because don't nobody give a damn about him. You ain't Alvin, you Theodore. Hell, Simon was smart. Theodore was just fat. Right. Alvin was the brains. No matter how dumb the plan was, they followed Alvin. Alvin was the leader. Theodore was just fat, eating everything in the damn way. Simon was smart. Right, dog. Get you the chipettes. Where the chipettes at? All right, get the chipettes, man. Man, I'm just tired of the clown ish. For real, dog. I'm clown. I'm tired of people like this. They parasites for a reason. They just to keep you confused. That's it. They there to cause confusion. That's it. Man, all these dudes, man. I can't. That's why I told y'all about Cam. You saw the video where Cam gave Drake. He wanted to do the Dipset thing in his video. Drake is a big, gigantic groupie. Okay, that's all it is. Drake is a groupie, and he's been a groupie of everybody. I'm such a fan. I'm such a. Oh, I remember. Yes, the Wu Tang Forever. He's the fakest fan you've ever seen in your life. All rappers don't deal with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't. They didn't get along. So that's all I'm like, dogs. But you fans of everybody, right? Yeah. No, he just remember the pink fur and all that. Cam loaned it to him and was like, "Yo, the money ain't here, son." You know, so they compromised. They ain't gonna talk bad about Drake because he didn't pay them some bread. Ain't neither one of them, Mace or Cam, can sit there and say they never got no bread from Drake. All of these people are definitely the problem in society. You know, Adam 22, the Vlads, the Charlemagnes, the Joe Buttons, the academics. You know, like these are the people that are just they're just bad. Charlemagne has changed his whole shirt, you know, but everybody remembers what he used to be. But now he's in a whole nother bracket because he's like, oh yeah, I got to grow from that. But academics can't grow because he's too stupid. All he wants to do is to roll around in the mud with all of these other people, saying he's a media platform on. Oh, he's got Spotify, Rumble, Twitch. You know, he's the guy. It's like he's not the guy. He's just a piece of spit that's on the ground that people have got to try to understand what it is that they're dealing with. I know what he is. He's garbage. But no matter how many times I say it, many of you might not listen, might not hear it, might not understand. But these are the reasons why I don't really deal with him or mention his name a lot is because of stuff like this. You know, don't want to have anything to do with him, especially on the main channel. So it's not like we're running from him. We mention him on the One Crack News, but here this is like where we at with it. So that's enough talking about this fool. I am drained. You know, I don't even know why y'all would entertain. Dude has about 20 YouTube channels, all with like false hits, fake everything. Oh yeah. I don't want to be a part of that. I have no interest in being a part of. Call it, say, hey man, he jealous. Call it what you want. I want nothing to do with it. So anyway, I'm out. Shouts out to Kwame Brown, Bus Life, Ticket TV, The Dreamers Pro, everybody that's keeping it real. Welcome to HDI TV, Drag Sports with Jose Rodriguez, Showface, everybody out there. Damn D, POV, the whole nine. I'm out. Oh yeah, Jag Sports with Jose Rodriguez, if I didn't say that already. See y'all on the Patreon.